We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation, but Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Karmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. We'll be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Karmelo Anthony. Okay? So in the next coming days, we will be announcing to the public. We will do direct action outside of Frisco ISD administration office because this is outright wrong. You are getting involved in a process that even the legal process has asked us to respect. And we're asking you to do that same thing. You do not have to get involved in this situation. But it seems that even with us going and meeting or having conversations, they have made their mind up. And we want to make sure that the records, that we talk truth to power in regards.
You guys realize what this baby beating race hustler is trying to say, right? So apparently, Karmelo Anthony is getting expelled from school for obvious freaking reasons. But Karmelo's family and their family spokesman, the baby beater, he's trying to insinuate that it's racist that Karmelo is getting expelled for stabbing another kid in the chest and killing him at a school event. I mean, think about it, folks. That's where we're at right now. These people are such victims. And they're so used to not having any accountability at all that they feel like they can argue that it's wrong to expel Karmelo, that it's racist to expel Karmelo after he killed someone at a track meet. I would say, are you serious? But I already know the type of people, if you can even call them that, I already know the type of people we're dealing with here. So he's upset. So upset, supposedly. We know that he doesn't really care about Karmelo. He's here to grift off of the situation. He's here to grift off of the black community because portions of the black community are so caught up in their hatred for white people that they're not smart enough to realize that this guy is taking advantage of Karmelo, his family, and the entire community. This guy has become the star of the show for some reason, putting his face everywhere. And now he is threatening that if Karmelo is expelled, that he and whatever weirdo creeps that he can gather, they're all going to go riot at the school. They're all going to go riot at the school board, at the Frisco School District official building. I don't even know where it is. But that's what he's saying. That they're going to take to the streets and have a good old-fashioned BLM riot if Karmelo is expelled. Now think about how delusional you have to be to think that your kid, or let's just say Karmelo Anthony, think about how delusional you have to be to think that Karmelo Anthony shouldn't be expelled for stabbing someone and killing them at school, at a school event. It's ridiculous. But there's no shame in their game. There's no limit that they're not willing to go. They're willing to take it wherever they need to take it. They don't care how bad it makes them look. They don't care at all. It's almost as if they have zero self-awareness. And it's funny because this guy thinks that he's like outsmarting people and stuff. He views himself as like a leader of the black community, but he's a freaking idiot. And a random guy sitting at home next to a freaking popcorn machine can destroy this guy very easily. The leader of the black community. This is who you got? The bad perm having baby beater. Now literally threatening to have riots about Karmelo being expelled. Shouldn't that be the least of everyone's worries? What, did you think Carmelo Anthony was going to go to prom after what he did? Do you think Carmelo Anthony was going to graduate and walk with cap and gown after murdering Austin Metcalf? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make that happen. I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope the school board caves and they allow Carmelo Anthony to walk across the stage in cap and gown so the rest of America can watch. Because maybe that's what people need. Because at some point, people got to get fed up with their loved ones, their kids, their grandparents being senselessly killed all the time by people like Carmelo Anthony. And then people defending those actions, those senseless deaths in the way that they're defending the murder of Austin Metcalf. But you see this Dominique character. I've done my research on him. He's a bad actor. He likes to insert himself in stories like this one so he can cause chaos that will get him attention. So he's itching to look for a reason to try to spark a protest or a riot. I mean, to think that we're even thinking about the possibilities of riots and protests all because Karmelo is being held accountable for murdering a kid at school at a track meet. To think that we're even here right now, it's mind-boggling. But at the same time, I'm kind of upset that people allowed it to get this far. The only reason things have reached this point is because people are afraid to say the things that I'll say in these videos. If people were more direct and honest, we wouldn't have these issues. And to me, I think it's actually racist when you try to babysit people. I think it's actually racist when you bite your tongue around certain groups of people because you don't want them to feel a certain way. We shouldn't have to coddle anyone's feelings because of the color of their skin. So I feel like there's a lot of people that like to treat certain communities like their babies, like their children, and they coddle them, and they just won't be honest. And I feel like that's the actual racism. I view everyone as equal, which is why I'm going to say it how it is regardless. But a lot of people have been so afraid to address a lot of these problems that now we've reached a point where people are literally about to riot and protest over someone being held accountable for murdering a child at a school event. And now, this Dominique character, so desperate. He's desperate, y'all. You gotta see it. You don't gotta agree with me on everything. You should. If you're a good person, we should all agree that murder is wrong. But even if you're someone who is just trying to stand with your people and defend Karmelo, hopefully you can see at least through Dominique's BS, right? You can see that he's desperate to be the star of the show, to be at the forefront of this story. And he's desperate for there to be unrest and issues and problems in the street because that helps him line his pockets. He's so desperate that he's trying to organize a protest/riot over Karmelo being expelled for stabbing someone. Obviously, you're going to be expelled for that. And if you want to know the truth, I don't care if they go and riot and protest outside of the Frisco school building or whatever the hell they plan on doing. I don't care. Because the school system up there has been hiding details about Karmelo Anthony's behavior. They seem to be hiding some details about an assault on February 4th. What's up with those details about suspensions and bringing knives to school? His friends saying that he was known for fighting. So, in reality, Karmelo probably should have been expelled long ago. So I don't care that they are now the target of these weirdos who are supporting Karmelo Anthony because they tried to coddle Karmelo Anthony in this entire situation, and they've been reluctant to release information that I think would prove that Karmelo had a history of violence and bad behavior. They've been purposely withholding that. So, cool. Y'all tried to cater to this crowd? Well, guess what? Now the crowd's turning on you. So it is what it is. I don't care. As I've stated in prior videos, allow these people, as angry as it may make you, allow these people to act an ass and show their ass. Because in the long run, they're hurting themselves, they're hurting their community, they're hurting Karmelo Anthony's family. There's got to be a future beyond this. Karmelo Anthony's family still have to operate through daily life after this. And if they want to continue making themselves look bad, have at it. Because regardless if justice is actually served in this story, karma is real. And karma is going to come back around and get justice for Austin Metcalf. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.